Hello, hello. Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. I think lunch has been very heavy, so people are taking some time to come back to the conference room. Anyway, uh, we are already late, we should start immediately. I will, may I request all illustrious speakers to come up the stage and please take the seat. 17th March, our second session of technology topic for the present session will be opportunities for technology upgradation for MSME in engineering sector. As you know, EEPC is focusing on technology upgradation in MSME sector. About 60% of the total membership is focused on MSME, and MSMEs are our partners for really boosting their technological upgradation so that they become very competitive in the scientific and industrial research with us. We have with us Dr. Avanish Kumar Srivastav, who's a director of CSIR Ampri and CSIR NML Jamshedpur. We have with us Dr. N. Anand Valli, director CSIR ACRC. We have with us Dr. Ashish Kumar Chakravarti, PhD, Head of SQC and OR Division, Indian Statistical Institute, Kolkata. I request Mr. Pradeep Kumar Agarwal, Regional Chairman, Northern Region, to have the keynote address, please.
Thank you, Mr. Basu, for introducing everybody. So, all the eminent speakers on the dais, distinguished guests, ladies, gentlemen, friends present here, thank you for coming and a very good afternoon. First of all, not to forget is the invaluable support extended by DSR, Ministry of Science, Government of India, to have this session today. Which is definitely a very, very important session. Their active support has been very encouraging for the industry to collaborate with the CSIR laboratories and other eminent research institutions. Thank you, Ms. Dr. Sujata, for coming here today. And we'll be listening to her a little later. Today's topic brings the realities of the future world of business in regard to technology upgradation of MSME. The very fact that you are here is that you want to be disrupted, and we are here exactly to do that. In today's globalized economy, businesses must remain competitive in order to succeed. For engineering companies, this means staying up to date with the latest technological advancements to ensure that their products, processes, and services meet the need and compliances of all stakeholders. The MSME has greatest difficulty in upgrading technology, looking at the fear of the unknown, as well as availability of finance and right people to do hand-holding. Even getting workers with right skills is a challenge. It is a calculated exercise that begins with prolonged exploration and associated cost and benefit analysis. as I am also from MSME, I understand. Processes like artificial intelligence, 3D printing technology, vector technology, robotics, etc., and the list can go on, are taking over the manufacturing world, and this will bring better products, miniaturization, quality, etc. And not to forget the help in compliances as well. As regards the products, they are expected to be smart, communicative, and with electronics. Younger consumers demand product and services which are transparent and accountable and easier to work with and maintain. Electric and hydrogen vehicles, drones, space travel, defense will bring completely new range of products. EPC India is the premier trade and investment promotion organization in India. It is sponsored by Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India, and caters to the Indian engineering sector. As an advisory body, it actively contributes to the policies of the Government of India and acts as an interface between the engineering industry and the government. We at EEPC India are working to make technology upgradation for MSME easier by having set up technology centers in Bangalore and Kolkata. For the members of technology centers, these centers do hand holding not only in terms of advisory, but also modern machines like 3D scanners, printers, etc. It also has some modern softwares and will be investing more in the future. Further, other facilities are like advisory on foreign collaboration and getting patents and other IPR information. The center conducts seminars and webinars on latest topics on technology and especially for MSME as we understand their needs are basics. With the government's Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat vision, the investments in the manufacturing has given a helping hand to MSME. So for finance, the government has many schemes like PLI, ODOP, which are product specific, as well as others like sample testing, patent and trademark acquisition, as well as product development by Indian laboratories, including CSIR, and then schemes for startups as well. Under MAI scheme, EEPC covers many exhibitions as well as takes delegation and conducts studies, etc. All these information are available with EEPC offices and we'll be happy to share with you. Everyone sitting here, most of you are experienced in your field and so you have a head start. The choice of technology upgradation and to what level is in the mind. Be a disruptor instead of being disrupted. And no excuse will suffice if you are disrupted in the future. Hope you will find this session to your expectation. And as we have eminent speakers who may be able to change your mind if I have not been able to. I am thankful to the eminent speakers to have spared their valuable time and made their presence at this important session alongside the 3-day 10th edition of International Engineering Sourcing Show, India's biggest engineering sourcing event. Furthermore, I am thankful to the audience who have joined here today. Their participation is the most important to take forward this initiative in a meaningful manner. We hope to have a good interactive session. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Uh, may I request Madam Dr. Sujata Chaknovelis to give her special address, please.
is very convenient for me for that. what I was. They're trying to bring it here.
You have a mobile. I have a connector. So.
It becomes easy for me. Ah, it's okay. I'll do it. Or if it's okay, I'll stand there and do it. No issues on that.
If you can come here, I think that will be a good
Yeah,
idea.
yeah.
You take this chair. Please
Sure,
take
sure.
it.
Thank you so much.
And I think we can push this table a little bit. Is this connected now?
Just give me one computer here, I'll do it from here. वहाँ पे दे दीजिए आप, यहाँ पे दे दीजिए, I'll just do it from here. इसको लगा दीजिए. Yeah, I'll start.
अब ये ले लीजिए.
Yeah,
ये
yeah. Good afternoon, and I'm sorry for the disruption what happened. Sometimes technologies don't work the time when we need it most. Anyways, we have alternative methods. I'll just speak out about on the stage and off the stage, my friends from the MSMEs, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great pleasure to be here and present the various schemes of my department, Department of Scientific and Industrial Research, which are catering to the MSME specifically. आप रहने दीजिए, आप रहने दीजिए. Huh? It's okay, just leave it. In the welcome speech, Mr. Agarwal talked about the finances, what the MSMEs need and sometimes don't get those finances to work upon, the various projects they want to work upon. So what I'm going to talk about is about finances, how you can get money for your R&D activities. In fact, the government of India is supporting the R&D ventures of MSMEs in various ways. So before going into the main presentation, I think I'll introduce my department first. I'm from the Department of Scientific and Industrial Research, which is one of the 3 departments of the Ministry of Science and Technology, the other 2 being DST and DBT. Our department is running 2 central sector umbrella schemes. The first one is industrial research and development, and the second one is support to public sector enterprises. The first umbrella scheme, IRD, has 4 components. The first one is CRTDH, Common Research and Technology Development Hubs, PACE, Patent Acquisition, Collaborative Research and Technology Development, A2K Plus, Access to Knowledge and Technology Development, and PRISM. I would be talking about mainly about the 3 schemes which basically cater to the needs of MSMEs. So we have a wide variety of stakeholders, right from the industry to national laboratories, universities and colleges recognized by UGC and AICTE, registered societies, trusts and institutions having a distinct legal entity as per Rule 228 of GFR, General Financial Rules of Government of India. So the MSMEs, in fact, are the backbone of Indian economy. They are the drivers of the growth story of India and are a very, very important sector which plays a very crucial role in the growth of the country. As per the National Sample Survey 73rd round, which was conducted by the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation during the period of 2015 and 16, it's reported that there are 63.388 million MSMEs, 110.989 million are employed in these MSMEs, and they contribute about 30.27% to the GDP of the country. It's okay, don't duplicate it. So the first scheme what I'm going to talk about is Common Research and Technology Development Hub, which is a very, very important program of our department, and it aims to enhance the translational research and foster industry-institute interaction, leading to growth of innovative capabilities of MSMEs and conversion of scientific knowledge, ideas and invention into marketable products and services. to facilitate access to research facilities like sophisticated research equipment and pilot plant facilities by enterprises, startups, and micro, small, and medium enterprises. Under this scheme, we provide support up to 70% of the estimated cost for setting up the CRTDH, and the rest 30% has to be borne by the applicant organization. So we have a good set of CRTDH pan-India. In fact, we have 18 CRTDHs at the moment spread across 16 states of the country. The dream of DSIR is to have at least one CRTDH in every state and union territory of the country. And we are sure over the coming years we'll be able to fulfill our dream. So what kind of support is offered by these CRTDHs? We offer state-of-the-art equipment, laboratory space, technical advisory for research and development by MSMEs, training and consultancy, co-development of products and processes, industry-academia partnership support, field trials, joint IP creation, technology transfer, regulatory compliance activities, and of course, social outreach. So we have, as I told, we have a set of 18 CRTDHs spread across the country. I'll talk about a couple of them, some of which were set up about 4 to 5 years back during the first 4 phases, and 2 of them which have been recently set up during the last year. The first one which I'm going to talk about is a CRTDH at CCMB Hyderabad, which is a CSIR laboratory. The kind of facilities they provide is on cell culture, bacterial and yeast culture, clean room facilities, proteomics, sequencing, and animal house. The second one which I'll be talking about is IHPT Palampur. They are working in the field of affordable health, and the facilities what they extend to the MSMEs are extraction and drying processing unit of anthocyanin and natural colorant, canning unit for ready-to-eat foods, and freezing drying processing unit for fruits and vegetables, and packaging and storage facility for raw material and final products. We have another CRTDH at IIT Kharagpur. It's a very, very important CRTDH by the way that they have come out with a number of products and processes at a crucial time of COVID-19. Along with that, they have developed many more products and processes which have very high societal impact. So the kind of facilities what IIT Kharagpur CRTDH offers are pilot plant for manufacturing of paper-based diagnostic kits for COVID-19, of course, CoviRap manufacturing unit, which I'll be talking about in my next slide, of course, in my further talk, device prototype fabrication unit, biosafety labs, microfluidic cell culture and analyst unit, blood sample processing and analytics. We have another CRTDH at CSIR IITR Lucknow. They are offering sophisticated analytical instrumentation facilities in the field of environmental chemistry, advanced imaging facility, IT and high-end computational lab, and prototyping lab. The 2 CRTDHs which have been recently established are at DIPSTRU Delhi Pharmaceutical Sciences Research University, Delhi, and at IIT Guwahati. They have recently come up but are really functioning very well. Their age would be around 1 year or so, but they are picking up very fast. The kind of facilities what DSIR CRTDH at DIPSTRU is expected to provide are GMP manufacturing facility, precision medicine center, preclinical animal imaging, clinical and bioavailability and bioequivalence facility. And similarly, the CRTDH at IIT Guwahati would be working on special materials and manufacturing processes. In fact, the motto of CRTDH, if I want to summarize in one sentence, would be Make in India for Atmanirbhar Bharat through CRTDH. We are supporting CRTDHs in 5 sectors, which are affordable health, low-cost machining, environmental interventions, electronics and renewable energy, and new materials and chemical processes. These CRTDHs are enabling MSMEs and startups innovators to develop innovative technologies and earn investments in their venture through mentoring and technical support. The kind of innovations which have come out of the CRTDH are kidney dialysis medical RO plant, which was a startup which was incubated at the CRTDH CCMB, and they have put up these plants in a couple of hospitals in Hyderabad, and they are providing dialysis water at a very, very reasonable rate, which I believe has a very good societal impact. The second one is PCR platform for diagnosis of COVID-19, which came up from the CRTDH at IIT Kharagpur, an easy to use point of care solution for hemoglobin, COVID app for diagnosis of COVID-19. This product, what COVID app has been developed by IIT Kharagpur, is a very unique kind of a product. In 2021, when the country, and for that matter, the entire world was struggling with COVID-19, it was really very difficult for the person sitting at the last mile to get the facility of RT-PCR done, and to monitor the various parameters which are to be monitored for a patient suffering from COVID-19. At that point of time, IIT Kharagpur CRTDH developed this unique product COVID app, which tests and diagnoses COVID-19 in the patients to the approximately to the same extent as RT-PCR, and the price and the cost involved in this is very, very nominal. Similarly, the various parameters which have to be monitored for a COVID-19 patient, they have developed a product called COVID Cube. All these products have been patented, and they have started licensing it to various companies, which I believe is a very, very good thing to do. Many of the CRTDHs have repurposed their mandate at the time of COVID-19 and have supported the country in fighting against COVID-19. We are really proud of these CRTDHs. So we have come across several products and processes which have been developed by these CRTDHs. For example, IHBT Palampur has developed crispy fruits. Wastewater treatment cum resource recovery unit has been developed by IIT Lucknow. CoviCube, which I said, of course, has been developed by IIT Kharagpur. Milk Scanalizer has been developed by Siri Pilani. And pilot scale bioreactor for effluent treatment, again by IIT Lucknow. Honey adulteration detection system by Siri Pilani, and so on and so forth. So all these products and processes which are being developed by CRTDH, they are trying to take it to the person at the last mile of this country, which is really very commendable. So the kind of technologies which are developed and transferred under CRTDH are in the areas of cell engineering to produce protein drugs, novel process for production of medical grade water, point of care based on DNA amplification for virus on prawns, etc. And the startups and the companies which have come across, which have incubated and worked at the CRTDHs or with the CRTDHs are of the kind like Oncosimus, BioArtis, Revolt, etc. As I told during the CRTDH war against COVID-19, many technologies and processes came up like CoviWrap, CoviCube, syrup formulation of Umifenovir disinfectant, and so many other things which are required to fight COVID-19. Another program which we are supporting is patent acquisition and collaborative research and technology development, which we say is PACE program. In fact, it's very, very important that we encourage collaborative research between the MSMEs and the public funded research institutes. In fact, I believe that the universities and the research labs are gold mine of new ideas. It's only that we need to have an eye for new innovations at these universities and research institutes. We have very good examples of having, innovations coming out from these universities and institutes which have been commercialized and have seen the light of the day. Like, for example, the nicotine patch is a big success story which came out of the University of California, Los Angeles. When we talk about searching something, we often say just Google it. So this came out from two computer science graduate students, Larry Page and Sergey Brin, from the Stanford University Computer Science Department. And everyone knows, I don't have to elaborate much about Google. Every one of us is using it, and we know the power of these search engine. The CSIR labs are also not far behind. I would say they have been serving the nation in a big way since last so many years. The indelible ink which is used at the time of election, which is put on your finger, was developed by CSIR in the year 1952. Another innovation or invention, I would say, which came out from NAL Bangalore was Flow Solver, which was a series of supercomputers. In the year, it was launched in the year 1986. And these are big success stories of the CSIR labs. Another success story of CSI lab would be Amul baby food. Prior to having this Amul baby food, most of the baby food was being imported at a very high cost, and it was thought that buffalo milk is not suitable for small children, but the technology which was developed by CFTRI Mysore in the form of Amul baby food was developed by using buffalo milk, and we all know how successful this product has been. So CSR has also contributed in a big way to the nation's needs. And still, CSR is working in various areas. We have two speakers from CSR laboratory. They would be elaborating on the work what their laboratories are doing. And I'm sure it would be very exciting to hear from them. So under the SPACE program, what we do is we provide loans, soft loans to the industries. And if they come up with a project which is collaborative in nature with a public funded research institute, then the entire amount which is given to the PFRI would be grants in aid. However, the amount which will be given to the MSMEs will be in the form of soft loan at the rate of 3% per annum. And that too, you have to repay it after the project is over. So spread over a period of 5 years. So we have got very good examples from this program. The industries as well as PFRIs have come together and worked, like what we have been talking about in the government parlance, that there's a need of synergy between the industry and the university and the institute system. This program is a very good example of that. So under PACE program, what do we provide? We provide soft loans to industries, as I said, for development of indigenous product, and we provide academia industry linkages for effective collaboration of innovation ecosystem, translation of knowledge into value added products, and this program supports Make in India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, and Vocal for Local. So we are supporting projects. We have already supported projects in the field of plant metabolites, veterinary feed, aerospace defense, carbon dioxide.
Free consultancy is available on foreign trade policy on export import relating to engineering industry, documentation in export, logistics, freight forwarding, supply, change in exports and imports, customs procedure, direct and indirect taxes, mainly income tax, corporate tax, GST, customs related issues, export financing, letter of credit, pre-shipment and post-shipment credit, FEMA, EDPMS, and foreign trade and export facilitation consulting kiosk at hall number 2.
So we are supporting projects in various areas. and are getting good results, like the products and the processes what are being developed under the program have been successfully commercialized. One of the project which I would like to talk about is development of controlled release formulation of natural highly purified human chorionic gonadotropin. This project has recently been completed. This was put forward by Sanzyme, Messrs. Sanzyme, in collaboration with ICT Mumbai. They have developed this HCG, natural HCG, which helps in ovulation, which helps in treatment of infertility in women. It helps in ovulation and also helps in diabetes treatment. What used to be done earlier is that the patient had to take a prick of these injections every day, which is quite painful, and at times it's quite possible that the person may miss out the injection. So what they have done is they have tried to increase the number of days. Like, for example, now they have reached at a level that the lady would have to take the injection once in 15 days, which is really, really very, very encouraging to see, because the number of pricks have come down, and it's only 2 injections in a month. They are further working on it, and they are trying to bring down this to say once in a month. So a very, very useful research output which has a great societal impact. Another project what we supported was development of genetically engineered cellulose-free alkaline xylanase through submerged fermentation processes, and this was done by KP's Biotech Limited, Mysore, and this is used in paper technology. The companies which are producing paper are successfully using this product. Another successful project was microalgal biorefinery for carbon dioxide sequestration and production of biofuel and value-added compounds, which was done by Messrs. Aqua Agri Processing Private Limited, New Delhi, and CSMCRI Bhavnagar, and DBT ICT Center for Energy Biosciences, ICT Mumbai. All these projects have been successfully completed, and they have been commercialized, and it has come into the public domain. It has been very successfully commercialized. Another program what I would be talking about is not about the research and development part, but other activities related to if your organization has a CSR program, then you can look into this program of ours, which is known as Access to Knowledge for Technology Development and Dissemination, what we call A2K+. We have 3 sub-components under this program. The first one is Technology Development and Utilization Program for Women. The second one is Support to Studies, and the third one is Support to Events. The first program what I am talking about, Technology Development and Utilization Program for Women, caters to projects which try to bring down the drudgery of women and try to bring out products and processes which can help women in financially becoming independent and empower them financially and reduce this drudgery. Several projects have been supported so far under this program. I'll just quote one project which has been successfully completed and has done wonderfully, I would say. One project which was put forward by Tamil Nadu Agriculture University, Madurai. It was about preparing, development of value-added products from moringa leaves and disseminating the knowledge and the skill of these value-added product amongst women. You will be surprised to know that the cost of the project was less than 20 lakhs. But the number of women who project I shared with you, we have several such success stories to narrate, and I'm really very proud of this program. The second program is about support to studies. Periodically, the first program is open throughout the year. Anytime you can apply and get the funds for it. It is grants in aid, you don't have to return the money. The second program is about support to studies. We advertise periodically the topics which on which you have to prepare a study report. which help the researchers, the policymakers, the industry in taking forward their mandate. Recently, in one of the meetings of Niti Aayog, the Niti Aayog desired that there should be a study report which compiles at least 100 technologies which are at TRL 6 level or above, lying at the universities and institutes or industry. If it is brought in the public domain, it is quite possible that the industries take it forward at TRL 9 level and eventually it gets fabricated. And the main objective is not to reinvent the wheel. So DSIR, after the meeting, we said that we'll take up this project. We advertised, we got such stupendous response in response to the advertisement. It was difficult, very, very difficult to, for us to say that, yes, you are being awarded and you are not. It's not that someone who was not awarded was not good. It's only that we had limited number of slots. So eventually we have supported 6 projects which are in various fields, and Niti Aayog wanted 100 such technologies. We will come out with 600 such technologies. So that's the strength of this program of studies. This is only just one example what I have quoted. We have several such examples. The third one is about support to events like this EEPC is doing this event. Anyone, you know, who is eligible, you can just go through our website. Anyone who is eligible to can apply to us for partial funding, and we provide, if we have a high-level committee which goes through each application, and if we find that the proposal should be supported, we provide partial funds. So that's one thing. It's not directly support to R&D, but there are other activities also which MSMEs and their foundations are taking ahead. So you can look into this program. So that's what I wanted to share with you. You can go through our website, which is www.dsir.gov.in. My email ID is priya@nic.in, and my telephone numbers would be with EEPC. If you are interested to talk to me, please do communicate with DSIR. We'll be more than happy to help you out. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Copy this presentation. With me.
It's okay.
Is it okay?
Yeah, I'll want to keep it with me only.
All right.
Okay?
Fine.
Yeah. So I'm sorry I had to rush through because I have to leave. Otherwise, I could have given much more details of these projects. But I think you've got a fair idea of what exactly DSIR is involved in. So thank you very much.
Thank you, madam. It has been a pleasure for us to know an extensive benefits and your outreach program, which we are in fact unknown to us.
Yeah, MSME always has this problem to actually find out where they have to go, which institute, research institute. For example, somebody wants to develop an automobile part, somebody wants to develop a plastic part. So do you have a list on a website, or is it possible to connect to somebody? Since you are leaving, so I am putting this question in the middle of the...
Yeah.
So this is a problem that MSME faces to where to go. So if you can please enlighten us on that.
Yeah. I can talk about DSIR family. CSIR is a part of DSIR family. I can talk on behalf of CSIR. There's a beautiful compendium which has been developed by CSIR, which has listed out TRL 6 and above technologies which have been developed at CSIR laboratories. What I suggest is that CSIR is a gold mine of intellect, I would say. All these 37 labs are working in different areas. The area in which the MSME is working, if they want to get some support from any laboratory, they can just have a look at it's in the public domain. It's in the CSIR website. They can see that. It's downloadable. They can download that compendium and see what kind of technologies have been developed and contact the laboratory. I'm sure they will get a solution to it. I think I have two very senior people from CSIR. They will support me in what I am saying, that they can always get in touch with CSIR laboratories. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I would like to take
Yeah. Madam, we apologize for having that disruption in your thing, and we want to, as you are, we will be hard piece of time, we want to facilitate you. Pradeep sir, please. Photo.
sometime.
Now I request Dr. Avanish Kumar Srivastav, Director CSR Ampri Bhopal and CSR MNL Jamshedpur to kind of deliberate his speech. It's there.
I can close. Good afternoon. Namaste. Vanakkam to all of you, dignitaries on the dais, dignitaries of the dais, delegates, participants, ladies and gentlemen. It's really an opportunity for me to be part of this program on technology upgradation for MSME in engineering sector. I don't have to define MSME here, at least. Micro, small, medium, and Ministry of MSME is there. But if country has to become self-reliant, then such partnership between EEPC, Ministry of Commerce, and Ministry of MSME is very important. And in that context, this program is extremely important. When I stand anywhere, people think I am a materials man. Everybody is materials man. But people think he is the person who can talk more about materials. And being the responsibility, I am associated with Advanced Materials and Process Research Institute, Bhopal, and also the National Metallurgical Laboratory, Jamshedpur. I'll first brief about the materials, which nowadays people say strategic materials. And but I feel when the demand is more than supply, then any big material becomes strategic material. Initially, it was thought about national security and military application, but any material becomes strategic materials. That we have realized during COVID time. So, in that perspective, I'll talk a little bit about the materials, especially strategic materials, then waste to value-added materials, and instrumentation, which is really nobody is thinking in country. Millions of dollars of instruments we purchase from outside every year. But none of the industry sector is thinking about that, probably because one of the most important reason, and it is obvious also, the risk factor. Because unless you have benchmarking of international, you cannot sell instrument in India or abroad. As far as materials is concerned, Previous speaker elaborated a lot about CSR. I'm thankful to her in her absence. We have a dedicated 4M theme, that is mining, minerals, metals and materials, where out of 37 labs, 24 labs are involved. About 80% labs are working on materials. So you can think how material is important. Materials in terms of materials manufacturing, materials component development, and the instruments involved in materials manufacturing and materials component development, 3D printing and all, that is advanced processing. So the role of a special kind of strategic materials becomes more and more important for their advanced application in the development of numerous devices and components for aircraft, automobile and military based applications. Where the MSME has open field, you can run to the extent you want. India is having 140 crore population. We ourselves has great business opportunity in the country. You don't have to go even abroad to sell your product. As I said that when the materials demand, the demand is more than supply, then material becomes the strategic materials. So under mining, minerals, metals and materials, in short we say 4M theme. I am heading that theme also of CSAR. So there are several strategic and minor metals including copper, manganese, magnesium, nickel, tin, niobium and their metal matrix composites and light rare earth elements like cerium, neodymium, etc. Then extraction of rare earth materials. It is being taught a lot and talked a lot by Niti Aayog and all. We are very serious about that. Then REM extractions from secondaries, REM extraction from primaries, tungsten extraction from secondaries, lithium extraction, lithium you know is a very important material, from secondaries and lithium extraction from primaries. And nowadays most innovative materials where you can have still lead in the international benchmarking like graphene reinforced metal composites which exhibits high strength and outstanding properties which may be suitable for aerospace. We are having some collaborations with aeronautical laboratories to develop components such as jet engines, hypersonic rocket motors, missile applications, and then lightweight materials such as carbon fiber glass fiber composites, CNT, carbon nanotube, metal polymer composites, and matrix systems are technologically important for naval applications. Then CSIR EMPRI developed polymer matrix composites, natural fibers, then green composites. I have few slides, few video clippings I'll show you, has potential applications as advanced construction materials for military applications. Then ceramic matrix composites, geopolymeric radiation shielding composites for EMI, X-ray shielding, gamma ray shielding for defense and nuclear sector and health applications, health sector. And then inorganic alumina waste, red mud polymer composite, high strength lead free materials for X-ray shielding for multifunctional applications. Aluminum metal matrix composites, lightweight aluminum, titanium and steel forms for energy absorption, anti-mine boots and armor applications. Even very recently, Tanish has signed NDA with us for making gold foam jewelry. Shape memory polymer materials for space, soft, robotics, biomedical, tissue engineering, drug delivery and harsh environment applications. So materials is a topic which is never ending, and without material we cannot survive. Just yesterday, I was in NIST Trivandrum, National Institute of Interdisciplinary Science and Technology, and PSLV director was there, fortunately before me, so I was happy. And he said, then when I was a scientist only, And PSLV, being a mechanical engineer, I used to think that 80% job has been done by mechanical engineer. But when I became director PSLV and I stand in front of satellite or any that kind of product, I feel that 80 to 90% job has been done by material scientists because every component has material on it. So that is where material is a indefinite field, open field, and MSME has got lots of opportunities. As previous speaker said, that CSIR is a gold mine. I'm very happy. I must thank her in her absence that she said like this. Now I would prefer to show you few video clippings on the utilization of waste to value-added materials. First is radiation shielding tiles. Radiation shielding tiles, why I'm saying that we use lead various places for radiation. But you know, it's a hazardous. But then from red mud, which is the waste, you can convert it into CSIR Advanced Materials and Process Research Institute, in short CSIR AMPRI at Bhopal, has been working on the development of non-toxic and lead-free material to protect high-energy radiation shielding, which can be applicable from health to the strategic sectors. Mainly, CSIR AMPRI's expertise lies on the conversion of industrial waste like red mud, fly ash, rice husk, brine sludge, etc. into radiation shielding materials by arresting their hazardous nature in a scientific manner. Billion tons of such noxious industrial waste have been piled up in the disposal plants worldwide and pose serious threat to the environment due to particulate emission, alkalinity, heavy metal leaching, etc. CSIR AMPRI Bhopal had transferred a technology on lead-free X-ray shielding tiles to Messrs. Prism Johnson Limited on 10th June 2019 at Ansandhan Bhavan, New Delhi, in gracious presence of Dr. Shekhar C. Mande, Honorable Director General of Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, that is CSIR, and Secretary Department of Scientific and Industrial Research, that is DSIR, to the Government of India. CSIR AMPRI has developed this novel material using the industrial waste to shield X-rays that comes out of the diagnostic X-rays, computerized tomography, CT scanner, cath lab, etc. Nearly 6 mm thick material possesses the attenuation characteristics of 1 mm lead sheet. Since lead poses a serious environmental hazard, its usage is being discouraged world over. This technology is nearly 3 times cheaper than the lead, hence we use industrial waste as raw material. The radiation shielding material developed by CSIR AMPRI Bhopal was accredited by Atomic Energy Regulatory Board, that is AERB of Government of India, and it has been reported as an alternative material of toxic lead to shielding high energy X-ray photons. Recently, Messrs. Saideep Healthcare and Research Private Limited, Ahmednagar, Maharashtra, has used CSIR AMPRI's technology to cover the wall of their 3 X-ray diagnostic rooms. One CT scan. AMPRI Bhopal. On 13th March 2021, Dr. Harshvardhan ji, Honorable Union Minister Science and Technology, Health and Family Welfare, Earth Sciences, and Vice President of Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, inaugurated the Center for Advanced Radiation Shielding and Geopolymeric Materials. On this occasion, Shri Sudipto Saha, President Operation of Messrs. Prince Johnson, did mention that lead-free X-ray shielding red mud tiles, the product launch will be very soon, maybe within a month or so. Accordingly, we hope that our red mud radiation shielding tiles will be in market very soon. Thank you. Dhanyavad. Jai Hind. So that 1 month now it is over, and we have done first installation in Indian Navy, INS Kottagam, of these radiation shielding tiles in their hospital. So tiles are in market with the price. Now second success story I want to tell you about the agro waste. That is another very big problem, and MSME can take this opportunity to take such technology. Even radiation shielding tiles also, you can come forward to AMPRI and take technology. The agro waste in particular, I am going to talk about parali. There is a video clipping. Parali is a problem in, at least in northern region. And from October to January, TV news channels say that Delhi has become gas chamber. We have come out with a solution where you can convert the parali, this paddy straw, into the board which are replacement of wood. One technology we have already transferred, but again it is an offer to MSME sector, industries. Come forward, please visit AMPRI Bhopal and you can take that technology and go into the market. Please run the video.
Now researchers at the CSIR's
This is
Advanced
NDTV
Materials
News.
and Process Research Institute in Bhopal have successfully converted stubble into eco-friendly and evergreen hybrid wood. This is the fresh solution to stubble burning, which contributes to the air quality, the toxic air quality rather, in Delhi and adjoining areas during the winters.
Every year, as the winter sets in, Delhi and adjoining areas are covered by a blanket of thick smog. Stubble burning in adjoining states is said to be a major contributor. The CSIR Advanced Materials and Process Research Institute in Bhopal has developed an internationally patented and novel technology for making evergreen hybrid ply and composite wood using farm stubble and other industrial waste. Converting the agro-industrial waste into processed wood lowers the consumption of timber, which in turn reduces deforestation. The waste-to-wealth tech wood is 30% cheaper and 20% stronger than conventional particle wood and plywood.
ये बोर्ड बनाने के लिए खाली दो चीज चाहिए, एक पॉलीमर, दूसरा पराली। हम लोग कुरुक्षेत्र और पखवाड़ा वो फार्मर के साथ इंटरेक्ट किया है। हम वर्कआउट कर रहे हैं पंजाब हरियाणा इन यमुनानगर प्लाईवुड इंडस्ट्री क्लस्टर में एक पराली बोर्ड बनाने के लिए इंडस्ट्री क्रिएट करने के लिए। ये बोर्ड आप देख रहे हैं, ये बोर्ड अलग-अलग थिकनेस में बन सकता है।
The Bhopal-based CSIR lab started working on finding an eco-friendly solution to toxic fly ash generated by thermal power plants in MP Singrauli district and adjoining areas in 2010. Nearly a decade-long research by scientists at MPRI led to the development of the alternative wood, so it could be used for making furniture and decorative items.
So this parali is a serious problem, especially in the month of October to January, when the weather is changing, and that time the kind of smog in Delhi, Punjab, Haryana is there. It makes various places as a gas chamber, which is very bad for the health. So what we found that we came out a solution of converting this parali into the composite to make panels, boards and all those things which is useful for as a building material and even for furniture.
The product was
Okay, anyway, so this technology is again in the market, and I invite MSME sector to come forward to take this for their own benefit and for the benefit of the nation. Third and most important, probably it's very close to my heart and close to every Indian, that Sir C.V. Raman discovered the Raman effect, that is scattering of light, and first time reported on 28th February 1928. And since I think sometime in 1950s we celebrate National Science Day also on that. And in 1930, he was first Asian scientist who received Nobel Prize. And from India, after that, doing science in India, I think nobody has received Nobel Prize. But then, Raman spectrometer we purchased from abroad. Where are our industries? Concept is ours. Scientists have given concept, but where are the industries? Now, thanks to CSIR headquarters, they gave a project under CSIR Nimitli program, that is New Millennium Indian Technology Leadership Initiative program, where CSIR Advanced Materials Process Research Institute and thanks to industry, Messrs. Textros Instruments Jaipur, we came forward, we took this challenge and designed, developed, manufactured, and it is approved by the several committees and the product is in the market. And 3 systems are already sold to Indian Institute of Chemical Biology, Calcutta, Indian Institute of ISER Pune, and NIT Bhopal. And I think more than for 4 crores, I should not say this number, but more than 4 crores, they have already done the business also. So I want to excite industry people that try to believe on Indian technologies, Indian scientists. Try to believe on Indian scientists, come forward, handshake, do the gelling. Thanks to EPC and MSME, they're having this kind of workshop, that we have so many technologies. As previous speaker says, TRL6 level, we have more than, I think, 250
Sir
technologies.
C.V. Raman was an Indian
This is
physicist
the
known
video
for his
clipping I
work in
just
the
wanted
field
to
of
show.
light scattering using the spectrograph he developed. The Raman effect was discovered on 28 February 1928 and awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics for the year 1930. He was the first Asian to receive a Nobel Prize in any branches of science. Over a century, Raman spectroscopy is developed by the invention of laser, holographic filters, and gratings and being used in various fields. On his trip to Europe through the Mediterranean Sea, he wondered about the reason for the blue color of the sea and proved that the prevailing explanation was wrong. When light travels in transparent medium, the deflected light changes its wavelength due to the interaction with molecular vibrations, known as Raman effect. Until recent past, India imports all sophisticated Raman spectrometers, which is a deterrent to achieve its goal of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Under Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, New Millennium Indian Technology Leadership Initiative program has started a project for development of Raman spectrometers. CSIR Advanced Materials and Processes Research Institute, Bhopal and Technos Instruments, Jaipur has jointly taken up the challenge to design, develop, manufacture and market Raman spectrometer under the Make in India mission. Nearly after a century of original discovery, we can proudly say that India makes CSIR Technos Raman Spectrometer, CTR, series that are at par with international standards. 2 configurations are developed under CTR series. First, system configuration with highest quality and very high spectral resolution, CTR 300, was targeted for government R&D organization and higher educational institutes and industries. The second system configuration was a lower-cost solution with high-resolution spectrometers, CTR 150, targeted for research laboratories, advanced labs, forensic departments, and private industries like pharma, food, gem industries. The project was initiated on 1st April 2021 after several rounds of scrutiny and approval of high-powered committee and the Director General of CSIR for developing Raman spectrometers. On 12th of January 2020 to the CSIR appointed monitoring committee and steering committee approved the CTR 150 and CTR 300 as per the specifications and recommended for marketing. The product was developed under Make in India program of visionary leader, our Honorable Prime Minister of India and President of CSIR. Then Honorable Minister for Science and Technology and current Honorable Minister for Science and Technology and Vice President of CSIR. The project is executed under the guidance of the then Director General, CSIR and Secretary, Department of Scientific and Industrial Research, and current Director General, CSIR and Secretary, Department of Scientific and Industrial Research. Project execution is steered by the committee and chairman and director, CSIR MPRI, and monitored by committee and chairman and director, DBT RGCB. The Raman spectrometers are commercialized for the nation's benefit by the dedicated and exemplary work of the team, Technos Instruments, Jaipur, team, CSIR MPRI, Bhopal, team, IMD, CSIR, New Delhi. Jai Hind.
So the product is in the market, and I think there is an exhibit. Messrs. Techno's representation is here. So the takeaway points, I'm coming to summary now. These takeaway points are that Make in India Raman spectrometer, I think we should support rather than giving millions of dollars every year to foreign companies. Intervention in MSME through innovation by upgrading skilled manpower by capsule program by MPRI Bhopal and NML Jamshedpur. Use of efficient process technology which is as per geographical locations also, very important. For example, radiation shielding tiles near red mud, bamboo-based composites, that is another technology we have, an alternate of teak wood near source of bamboo. New application of waste materials like marble sludge, parali, red mud, etc. Design of new ideal customized materials as per environmental conditions. Application using modern numerical methods in new material design. And last but not least, instrumentation. So far, except now Raman spectrometer, which is coming under class 2 category as per Government of India norms, no other high-end analytical instruments are being manufactured in India as per my knowledge at least. High-end analytical. Please look at these points seriously. Let us work together to make our country self-reliant, and foreign participants are also welcome to join hands. Today in the morning session, I just heard that a statement made by Mr. Amit Chatterjee from European Business and Technology Center that lightweight materials and lightweight jewelry has great opportunity in Europe. So I would like to share with the August gathering that CSIR MPRI Bhopal and NML Jamshedpur is probably only labs having large scale production of various metallic form of aluminum, nickel, titanium, gold, etc. And some industries are already working with us. So please come forward, join hands, have a good gelling, forget about the risk factor, and make the country self-reliant. Thank you very much. Namaskar. Jai Hind. Transmission electron microscope, scanning electron microscope, Raman spectrometer. These are high-end analytical instruments which are not made in country, and they cost minimum 1 crore and above. Those instruments I call, at least in my definition, high-end analytical. I know, like in Haryana, you have an instrumentation sector, cluster. EPC is very much involved in that. But they make optical microscopes and all those things. I know, I do appreciate that. But these are the high-end, where you spend millions of dollars every year to different countries. Probably we have to manufacture here. Even we can welcome our foreign participants, and as Prime Minister says, under Make in India, Made in India program, manufacturing hub should be country, India, where we have 140 crore population. This country itself is a big business place for the entire world. Any other question?
Also dealing National Metallurgical Laboratory.
Yeah.
Now thing is this, that lot of alloy steels are made, and we are getting those things from Japan, Korea and other things. But right now we are only manufacturing ordinary steel, and we are not taking about the quality products and for which we are paying. They are getting our steel and converting it into the high cost steel. Why not we take that type of projects and we can save a lot of money.
Definitely, that pinches to all of us. But for that, thanks to EPC and MSME for having this kind of meetings. Otherwise, how do we meet each other? But somewhere we have to start. Somebody has to take initiative. Otherwise, laboratories are working, like Madam said, TRL6 and above. How many people are knowing that? But there are technologies available in CSAR. So many technologies. So industries have to come forward, interact with us, and we are also ready to go out from our own nice AC atmosphere. It's not like that. But we have to come forward, work together, have some risk factor. Even foreign countries, they had risk factors, so that now they are in this situation. So we have to work together, and we are ready to do that. Definitely, definitely.
Our government should help in that regard. Those companies who are going to do this development or research and this thing.
Yeah, I think for that also we need proper program formulation, project formulation.
Because lot of R&D has to be done
Yeah,
to
sure.
develop these.
Sure,
Doctor,
sure.
can I answer this question? There is a policy which is coming out for new elements and things like this. So the government is bringing out policy, and in EPC also we are planning to have a session on new materials. So we'll talk about this. Definitely, it's a big problem. So we will be talking about this, and we'll take his help, Dr. Avinash help as well.
You can write to me. Within 24 hours, you will get response. Thank you very much. Namaste.
Thank you, Dr. Saab. I especially adore him as Dr. Saab because I've been associated with Ampri and with the Ampri team for quite some time. Before I call on to the next speaker, just a few words. I have just, madam. Acha, connected. There's one key ring has been found. If anyone has dropped it by mistake, can collect it from my colleague over there. Bike keys. Might be the key for the bike or something. Okay. Talking about Ampri, Bhopal. EPC has been associated with Ampri for quite some time, and we have been working together and on various aspects, especially in Eastern India. You must be knowing that predominantly it's a casting and forging industry. So there is a casting slag which is very harmful. It's an environmental hazard and occupational hazard. So we have asked the help of Ampri, and they have developed some productive product out of this wastage. So they have developed some tiles which can be used in the floor and in the wall also out of it. They have developed paper blocks which can be used through there. So we are working with the forging cluster over there to develop all this in the commercial, for a commercial use also. They have also developed manhole cover from aluminum and silicon composite material, which is lighter, tougher. So this has also to be, we are also in the process of doing into in a commercial use, doing in industrial usage also. So we have been associated with Ampri, and the amount of help we receive is tremendous. Dr. Saab just said that you give us a thing and within 24 hours it will happen, and this is very correct. He's very fast, his team is very fast, absolutely. So again and again, which he has been emphasizing, I also reiterate, please come up. CSR labs are there to help MSMEs. Those days are gone. They are there to reach you Instead of you reaching them, they are extending 2 steps ahead to reach you. Now you have to come at least give 1 step ahead. Okay. Uh, we'll call upon our next speaker, who is another very illustrious speaker from CSR Lab, CERC, Dr. N. Ananadevalli. Please.
This is the slider.
Dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, Vanakkam, Namaskar and good afternoon to you all. I'm coming from one of the CSR laboratories, Structural Engineering Research Center, which is located in Chennai. And this is our, it is in Taramani, and this slide shows the overview of our campus. So structural engineering and what we can offer for MSMEs. I'll be just presenting and what are all the facilities available so that you can utilize those facilities too. So I'll be just highlighting about my organization and what are all the infrastructure facilities available and technologies and what is our research focus. And our vision is to be a global leader in structural engineering with innovative transdisciplinary approaches. So we focus on 4 thrust areas. As one is on the structural health monitoring and life extension. We build structures, but we have to continuously monitor so as to maintain them. They'll be serviceable for a longer duration. And if at all, if there is a defect or if we have to rectify it and extend the life, that is also possible. That is one thrust area we are interested. And the next one is on the disaster mitigation, because we need an integrated approach. It is like prevention, mitigation, and preparedness, both for natural as well as man-made disasters. And as my previous speaker was highlighting about the importance of materials, we do understand as the natural materials get depleted, like for the civil engineering, basically we need the coarse aggregate sand, which is getting depleted. So we also have that issue where we have to develop some new materials for sustainable structures. So that is where our third focus area is there. And to address some of the special needs, we concentrate on the special and multifunctional structures. So if I come to what is my organization and the legacy, you would have all heard about the twisted bars called deform bars. This is the technology from our institution, SCRC. It's way back in 1964 or so, and then this is one particular technology that has earned a lot of money to CSIR, as it is this one technology itself. And if you see the fly ash, utilization of fly ash, that is also we have taken up, and we have got a building made out of replacement of fine aggregate with fly ash of about 30 to 40%, and still this building is there more than 30 to 40 years in our campus. And these are some of the things which will not be familiar. And also the pre-stressed concrete railway sleepers. If you see earlier days, it would have been made out of wood, which was replaced with the pre-stressed concrete sleepers. That is again the technology from us. So the second set, if you see, we are having a tower testing, full-scale tower testing, transmission line tower testing facility across our airport, Madras airport, and this can test towers up to 80 meters high. And we get round the year, we get many towers to be tested because it is mandatory to be tested and certified. And also we do services for our TG foundations. There are also power plant structures, the condition assessments. And towards the societal needs, we have developed some cyclone shelters, which has been installed in the Rizza coast, and they saved a lot of people during the cyclones. And towards the last few years of our contribution, I would like to highlight upon that we were involved in the railway bridges, how to health monitor them, and then how to rectify if at all, if retrofit, and because the railway bridges are very old and they were built on those maybe 50, 60 years when the traffic was less and the intensity, heavy loads are coming up. So to qualify that, and also we have got a wind engineering laboratory where scaled models of buildings, components, structural components can be tested, and these are some of the areas where we offer service. And seismic, with regard to seismic qualification, we have got a shake table of 6 meter by 6 meter, which can be rotated in all 6 degrees of freedom. So that is another major facility we are having. So with reference to our infrastructure, we have got 10 different laboratories, each one concentrating on different aspects of structural engineering. The first one is on the advanced concrete testing and evaluation laboratory. We have got different facilities of non-destructive testing of concretes, and also we have got the large capacity carbonation chamber. And right now we are developing technologies which can be used for condition assessment using drone or underwater, which is very challenging, and we want to have ROVs which can have UPVs installed so that they can go under the sea or underwater, and then condition assessment of the structures can be done at ease. So this is on laboratories concentrating. The other one is on the structural health monitoring, and we develop a methodology as well as a number of one particular sensor is also being developed where it merges with the concrete, like composite which merges with the concrete, which can be used as a sensor to obtain the status of the structure periodically. These are some of the advancement that is taking place. And the other one is on the advanced seismic testing in research laboratory, where we are having, as I told, the triaxial shake table as well as of a smaller size also, and we also have a pseudodynamic test facility, and we normally test the structural components as well as some mechanical components also come for testing these components and qualify them. Seismic qualification will be done. An advanced material laboratory, as my previous speaker was highlighting, here also we work on particularly related to construction materials. So geopolymer concrete or fly ash, all those material side will be concentrating. And as I was highlighting, the tower test and research station, where the 80-meter high towers can be tested. And we also have this special multifunctional laboratory where the computational tools are available, and also we have got a fatigue universal testing machine. So these are the areas where we concentrate on this. And the wind engineering laboratory, it is a boundary layer wind tunnel, and then it has got a test session of about 2.5 meter by 1.8, and it can the speed range can be between 0.5 meter per second to 55 meter per second. And most of our output from this goes to the BIS codes, and in turn it addresses the societal needs. Also some industries, if they have a peculiar problem of wind induced vibration, they come to us to test this. And fatigue and fracture, this is one area where many facilities are not available. We have a facility for fatigue and fracture, and also heavy duty flow test floors, and many of our ONGC pipelines are tested in this, and railway couplers, all where fatigue is a very important loading. We do the testing, qualify them. And we also have another laboratory on advanced protective structures and mechanics, where the blast and impact loading is being addressed. And steel structures, similar to concrete, steel is one area where we need to take up, it is industry also needs to take up, as one of these participant was telling about high strength steel or which is required, and development, we need guidelines so that it can be implementable. So we are working on that direction where guidelines can be generated, and some industry has to come forward to take up the manufacturing. We can import some material, do the development, but some industry has to take it up so that it is implementable in our own country. And our research focus is like basic and applied research on one side, and we do industrial and research as well as consultancy. In addition to our societal needs also be addressed, as well as strategic sector. So these are some of the industrial consultancies which we have done. And there are unique, I can list a number of projects, but I would like to say one or two where the power plant structures, where we do the condition assessment, we continuously get requirement, because all these power plant structures are little older and they need frequent maintenance, and we need a technology. We can develop the technology, but some industry has to take up. Right now we are addressing this high-rise structure with a drone type of thing, so that we can develop the other expertise, whatever expertise we have developed all through years, we can document it and we can bring it into a technology or a product form, but it has to be taken by the industry so that it is highly implementable, similar to the underwater ROVs which I was talking. And with reference to the full-scale railway bridges investigation, we do the qualification for this, and there is a lot of requirements. Only SCRC alone cannot address all these issues, and we as a trainer, we can give the methodology, or some person can take it as a service. Some industry can take it as a service, so that we can train them. And similar to that, laboratory, one is on the industrial consultancy, other we have got the laboratory development. So the research takes place with the laboratory development, and after understanding this, we go to the field and substantiate these things with our numerical simulation. These are the three areas which we normally enter into. And these are some strategic sectors which we have given our service. One is on the, this is not listed, there are many such lists. I will restrict to one or two. One is on the reactor containment. We did the proof test of that. And the shutdown, seismic test on the shutdown rod during this nuclear power plants, that was done at ACRC, and we do normally get these kinds of tests. And also vibration qualification and the fatigue crack growth on pipelines. And on the defense side, we were involved in the development of a system called laced steel concrete composite system, which has got a huge potential for blast resistance, and also steel fiber reinforced cementitious panels, which has got a huge impact resistance. And one of our major project is on the structure, explosive storage structures, which we have given the design and we have field tested it. So we have got that technology. And the right side one shows the fuel drop tank of the Tejas, which was tested at our test facility. And these are some of the societal needs, and precast ferrocement toilet core units, as well as water tanks. These are very easy and implementable. Some industry can take up this. This is very lightweight and you can implement, and MSMEs will be interested in taking up such products. And for the mass housing also, we have got a Secro-built technology, which compasses of a EPS panel with either side a mortar. And this technology, with that technology, the demonstration, if you see on the right side, there is a prefabricated building system using the EPS panel. This is the industrial partners were Lakshmi Srinivas Engineers Hyderabad, and Mohali also, they have taken up this, one company from Mohali taken up this technology, and they have built a high story, number of stories using this technology. And when I come to the other one is on the emergency retrieval system. This is one area. We have transferred this technology to one company and they have started producing it. This is for the power sector, where when there is a power disruption due to natural hazards or other ways, we have to restore the power within 24 hours or a day or two, but normally it takes a week's time, and the power companies have this emergency retrieval system. They normally import from abroad, but right now we have got an indigenous emergency retrieval system which is developed in at SERC, and it is also tested also. And this emergency retrieval system is transferred to one of the companies. They have Advait Infratech Ahmedabad, and they started producing it. So once we get number of enquiries on this, and some companies can take up this technology because this is very much required, because this system is very expensive, and whatever developed in-house is very cost effective. And again, I was telling about the cyclone shelters, which has saved a number of people. This is one of the societal contribution, and also the re-engineering of the Pamban Bridge. These are some of the contributions from our side. So if I see the aerodynamically shaped cyclone shelter, this was installed, one shelter can accommodate 1,000 people. In other normal conditions, they can be used for other multi-purpose halls are available. And it is designed in such a way that this will not get affected because of the wind, cyclonic wind force, and also the stilt 4 allows for the flood to flow through. And if I come to, as I was telling, number of our development, whatever research is there, our research output goes into the BIS. So it indirectly addresses the industry also. And during this COVID period, we have developed a number of systems for hospital, rapid building of hospitals. One such system was installed at NDRF, Arakonam, a 10-bedded hospital, and it was inaugurated by our minister, Science and Technology, the Minister Dr. Harshavardhan that time. And the other one, this particular technology is very interesting, that you can fold the entire row of this structure and then take it in a truck, and you can expand it and open it and keep it. This technology, some industry can take up, because this is a multi-purpose. Actually, we developed it for hospital needs, but it can be used for many other purposes. So it encompasses all, including lighting, everything can be there inside, and then fold it, and then we can take it up. In case of any disasters also, if you need shelters, this can be used, temporary shelters, or where construction is happening, you need some shelter for the workforce, that also can be taken. So this kind of foldable, lightweight, and it is portable also. This technology is one which some industry can take up. And we also do the HRD and skill development. We have organized number of training programs at the level of BEs, MEs, and those who are practicing engineers, and also for school children to enhance their scientific temper. And the technology, if I had to list which has been transferred, one is on the prefabricated EPS. This is a demo building at SERC. The left side one shows the demo building, and it has been installed in a number of places also, 2-3 places. And the second one shows the textile reinforced concrete panels and a crash barrier. This particular technology has got a unique advantage of this reinforcement is not a steel one, and corrosion is prevented. So a durable product is brought out of it. And how to manufacture it using that textile reinforced concrete prototyping technology, that also, an emergency retrieval system. These are some of the products, like the toilet units and the water tanks, and also the polymer blocks, geopolymer, and the portable lightweight hospital units. And these are some of the technologies of the range TRL 5 and above. And this is on the lightweight disaster resistant. Actually, this is the advantage, like we have got, we not only develop this, we also test it in our facility so that we give a full-fledged solution, end-to-end solution. So here we have got designed the connections, everything, and we have also constructed a G+2 story building and then tested it also. This is one at Srikakulam mass hosting using this technology they have developed, and also at CLRA we have got a demo building where a school is housed. And this is the TRC, textile reinforced concrete, where this is a patented technology. Various products, a number of products is available, structural as well as non-structural products. These we can have wash basins, shelves, or liners. All these are possible, and canal lining as well as fencing, and also door panels, tiles. All these are non-corrosive because of the reinforcement is a industrial textile, not the conventional steel reinforcement. And this is again the toilet unit. If you see, this is ferrocement, you would have heard, a mesh which will be kept, and then a slurry will be there. So this water tanks will be very light in weight, durable. So that technology with it needs some highly skilled labor. So we modified this so that it will be precast, and then we can build it. And right now with that we have developed a toilet core unit as well as water tanks, and this has been transferred to the companies like Lakshmi Srinivas Engineers, Fractal Enterprise. So this is like another, if you want, this first tank shows of a smaller capacity, the second one shows of a higher capacity, which is dismantleable. Like in panels we can manufacture, put it at one place and then do it. These are some of the photographs which 10,000 liter water tank, how it is being constructed. And geopolymer concrete blocks. This is again from the industrial waste. We can develop these geopolymer blocks, paver blocks, as well as construction thing. This no Portland cement is required, and eco-friendly, high strength, as well as fast setting, and no water for curing is required, and highly durable. These are the features of this. And then this is one additional classroom at Kendriya Vidyalaya CLRI. We constructed using these blocks, and the thing was transferred to one of the companies. They've taken up this product also. This few photographs of the school building after implementation. This is another technology transfer to Kiran Global, where this product is from lab scale to the industry scale. And again, I was talking about the emergency retrieval system. These are some of the, this is being tested at our site, laboratory near Trisulam. So the actual emergency retrieval system is qualified, and this is implementable. This is actually, we have implemented in our thing, installed demo ERS, 100 kV TL tower. And in some of the stakeholders, most of the power industries were very much interested in this, and they require, you can see number of sets. They require 5 sets or 6 sets, and all these are being imported. Each company imports that. Instead, this indigenized product can be taken up. And regarding this threaded end bar, which is also being imported, this one particular technology we have developed at SCRC, and then we are trying to commercialize that. We have already transferred to one of the companies where this additional reinforcement for lapping and other things can be avoided. This end anchor can be used. And this is for a defense. This is actually, we developed this product for defense, but it has got other applications too, where this innovativeness, like as the first speaker was telling about disruptive technology, this is like a out of box thinking. Like the same material, we reoriented how to bring out a enhanced performance. So if I take a conventional RCC and this it is nearly 4 times we can have the ductility. So that is the advantage of that. Because of that, it is more suitable for blast resistance as well as for other applications like a fuse element, which will take up all the energy, and the column and the beam will be intact so that it can be reused. Only the fuse link has to be replaced. So this is we have also tested it under various conditions, and you can see this particular slide where the status of the beam after the test, because after 3 tests also the beam is not showing any deformation. So the only the if you see, only the fuse link is getting deformed, so we can replace it. This particular product can be taken up by any of the industry so that they can develop this and then install the industry. And recently we are involved in offshore wind turbines and offshore floating platforms. We want to develop the capacity, indigenous capacity. These are being imported from elsewhere, so we thought we'll take up this, and then this is one of the flagship project of our institute, and we are ready with the methodology, and we would like to do the pilot study before we take up to the industry. And also on the aging infrastructure, we address all other needs of the country. And 3D printing as for the civil engineering purpose, we are into the development of the material which facilitates this 3D printing, and we are also talking with Tata projects where this can be taken up. So I would like to conclude with a Tirukural, Ollum Vayellam Inenante Ullakal Sellum Vainuki Vaipasel, which means that once you know the ways, clear ways of performing, aim for excellence. If the ways are not known, try to search for the ways to accomplish your task, which is what research basically. And I would like to thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity so that I could highlight what SCRC does. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Madam Anandavalli. In fact, we are also not aware what CRC was doing. So much of important job of strengthening the structure where we stay. So we feel that now we are in the safe hands, staying in a very comfortable and safe home. That was excellent, and the amount of activity this institute is doing and contributing to the safety and security for disaster management initiative. It is fantastic. Thank you once again. I will now request Dr. Ashish Kumar Chakrabarti, who is the head of SQC and OR division in Institute of Statistics. So this is a different angle altogether. As of now, we have been through a lot of development R&D activities. Dr. Chakrabarti will throw light from a different angle how MSME can improve their working standards, how the techniques can be utilized for the benefit and to improve the quality of the functioning of MSMEs. Dr. Chakrabarti, please.
Well, good afternoon or good evening rather. We are already late. Yeah, since morning there was a lot of discussion about different technologies, and we really had distinguished speakers who had talked about the technologies that are developed. But as he said, Mr. Basu said, I am going to talk about something different. Okay. So I am from an institute which deals with what is known as key technology. So probably none of you have heard of it. What is key technology, right? But this definition was given to the subject almost 100 years back in 1924-25. So the subject is called statistics. Okay, that is known as the key technology. So whatever technologies that we are thinking of developing, if you want to prove that there is a better technology than the earlier one, you need statistics. So that is where I come from. And Indian Statistical Institute is known as something like somebody was, the other day was telling, that is the Tirupati of statistics in India. So any statistician in India would have an ambition to be in ISI at least for some time. So that's the institute I represent. But I'm not going to talk about the institute much. I'm going to talk about the MSMEs. Okay. And Dr. Srivastava had said that MSME need not be defined to the distinguished gathering here. But I am going to define MSME based on my experiences, and I will try to restrict myself to the experience I had in and around Chennai, because the program is being held in Chennai. Okay? And I had different experiences. Some are very bad, some are very good. So I will try to share those things, though I'm not putting them, the name of the companies, etc. That's beyond the policy of ISI. But we work with different companies, both small, big, large, both public, private sector, and in the government also. Okay. So, yeah. So this is what, based on my experiences, okay? So I'm sure that those who are representing MSME will be somewhere here, either a combination of this or maybe all of them, okay? So it's mostly owned by a family. It's a family business, right? Doesn't have enough hands. That's one of the major problems with MSMEs. Even if whatever hands they have, they may not have the appropriately trained people. So most of the people are trained inside the company itself due to experiences of several years, okay? But I am going to talk about something where I have seen that even 25 years of experience in a given industry doesn't say anything, okay? For this, I'll give an example here, but I won't name the company, please excuse me. This is about 50 kilometers from Chennai towards, through the airport towards that side. It's called Malai Nagar, okay? Now, one day I was given a call and it was a SOS, that immediately I should come. I said, what happened? He said that, you see, we know that design of experiments, which is one of the methodologies used in statistics, is quite helpful in many of the engineering industries. So we have trained some of our engineers in that, and because the rejection rate was quite high, so they have been trained and we have given them the task to solve that problem. They took almost 3-4 months time, did lot of experiments, but finally we are not able to find out the clue. So we are still at the same place. So next day I came, I discussed with them, the managing director, who himself is the owner's son. So he said that I have 25 years of experience, so I know what is what. So despite that, we are not able to solve the problem. So it is something beyond technology, okay? So I said, it's a good thing that what you have done. You have already done a lot of experiments because you are not able to find out what is the reason of these rejections, right? So please give me those results. Because those results are very, very important inputs. And give me 2-3 days time to analyze those results, then I will come back. So when I came back, I told them that you have taken 5 important factors which you thought as would solve the problem. 3 of them are not connected with this problem at all. And I am talking to a managing director who is sitting with his younger engineers, and then suddenly he got wild, obviously. He said, how many years of experience you have in this particular industry? I said, we have zero, because we go to different industries. I cannot claim that I have experience of so many years. Maybe we have worked with some industries for 10 years, 12 years, but it's not something that I can claim that I have experience. I have given consultants. So that way I do not have any experience in your particular industry. Then he said, see, 25 years of experience, I know what is the reason. I said, then you would have solved. You would not have called me. So your data, it's not my, I'm not saying that this is not important. The data that you have given, the data says that 3 of the factors that you have taken and wasted a lot of time for doing the experiments were not required at all. So experience per se doesn't really give anything. What finally gives is the data. So we deal with data, and that is where statistics comes, that is where data analytics comes, that is where now machine learning and all sorts of things are coming, is because now we have huge amount of reliable data, which earlier when we were students, in fact I spent some time in some of the BHL units, I spent nights to collect reliable data. Because in the night shift, the data are not reliable. Something is collected but may not be reliable. So in order to collect reliable data, I had to spend nights in the factories. So data are now huge, and most of them are reliable. But unfortunately, there is nobody to analyze this data and to find out what the data says. Now that is where we will probably like to interfere. So does not have much of an ambition. Some MSMEs might have ambitions, but most of the people do not have. At the end of the day, they are happy if they are, whatever product they have made, that can be sold. That's all. Okay, just manages day-to-day problems. Knowledge about modern day scenarios, a strict no-no. Improvement through system implementation is a big disbelief. I am really surprised to see, this morning I was just going around the stalls here. So I saw there is one stall, I won't name, which says that ISO 9000-2008 certified. Now ISO 9000-2008 is not valid now. There is a 2015 version, so those who are following ISO 9000 should have at least 2015 version certified. So it's an international exhibition, but still they are showing that we are ISO 9000 to 2008. Okay, so these are the things. These are actually the belief in the system is not that in MSMEs. We have worked with many large organizations. Their system is different. Dreaming of being a big industrialist one day without knowing how. So that, of course, the owner has that ambition, but probably doesn't know where to go, what to do. And believe that engineering can solve all problems of manufacturing. And that's a big question mark. I'm not saying statistics can solve all problems, no. But we need to use appropriate methodology. Some of them may be managerial problems, some of them may be statistical problems, some of them may be engineering problems. Even to find out, I have seen from my own experience, finally the solution will come through engineering solution. But then to get a clue that what is the problem, that itself you need some data to be analyzed. Okay. Yeah, observing a discipline can be looked into later. certification for ISO 9000 QMS or any other relevant quality management system. When it's a must, when must means when the customer wants it, it is done. By hook or by crook. So that means we are not really convinced that the system will take us to a different level. That we are not convinced. We somehow have to get the certificate, and that's what it's done. Briefly, I'll tell you, in one of the industries where one of my friend was working on ISO 9000, was giving consultancy. So you know, in ISO 9000, management representative is an important factor, and which should be from the company. So his job is, normally, what we have seen, management representative's job is given to a lower level manager. Managing director won't take it up. It will be given to a lower level manager. Okay? So somehow he has to survive in the industry. So somehow he has to manage the certificate. He is not bothered about whether the system will improve, whether the profit will improve. He is not bothered about that. Because his task is somehow he has to get the certificate. So the audit team came. Okay, 10 o'clock the audit started. And then around 12 o'clock, the MR said that, shall we go for lunch? There are various kinds of audits, okay, various kinds of agencies. I am not naming them. So the audit team said that, where you would like to go? He said, we would like to go to a 5-star hotel, which is about 200 kilometers away. Okay? And they have agreed to go. So somehow they have managed to get the certificate. So there are various ways of managing the certificate. So when the focus is on the certificate, there are various ways of managing. You need not even have to take them to 5-star hotels. You can do it in a different way under the table. That also is possible. Okay? But that is not the ISO system actually was for. Okay. Belief in upgrading knowledge, long-term plan, improvement effort half-hearted, happy if the product made is sold finally, and complaining about gradual reduction in profit. That's going to happen if we are still in this scenario. Now this is again some of the observations, but these are exceptions. Again, this is one of the factory in Chennai, in the Chennai city itself, I have observed. Owner takes interest in system implementation, and he himself becomes the management representative for ISO 9000 implementation. That's a big change. Okay? Slow but steady improvement in quality at lesser cost. That is what system implementation is all about. You should be able to maintain quality at a lesser cost. Now, many people ask a lot of questions that how quality can improve without increasing the cost. But I need almost one day at least to tell how it can be done. I have several case studies to prove that. Demand for the product increases for his company's product, and profit also increases, obviously. And this is in the automobile sector. So this also I have seen. So what path the MSMEs should take? What lessons should we take from here? Implement reliable data gathering system. That is where is a big problem for MSME. The moment you ask for some reliable data, it may not be available immediately. So that should be looked into. What is the advantage of that? If the data are clearly available, then we know what are the problems. So I am telling you, a few years back, we are working with ITC. Because ITC is not MSME, I am naming. Okay, ITC paper industry, their headquarters is in Hyderabad. So the chief of that paper division called me and said that we would like to implement Six Sigma, which is different, beyond ISO 9000. So I'm not going to talk about that. So then I just spent about half an hour with him. I said, this is what we can do for you. Then his first question was, you see, somebody else had already spoken about Six Sigma to us because they were trying to get this job. And what you are talking about Six Sigma is quite different. I said, I do not want to get into those debates. Okay, different people can sell differently. I am not going to sell the Six Sigma part. What I can tell you, that I can give you a guarantee that at the end of 1 year, you will get back crores of rupees if you implement it in the right spirit. And that we can show you with hand holding. It's not that we come and train and go. We're training people, next day onwards, people started forgetting. So we won't do that. We don't do that. We don't want that. So if you really want to work on Six Sigma, then maybe you have called the right person, we'll work with you, and after 1 year you see what is the gain. Then he told me that then your charges should be proportional to the gain that we are going to have. Why not you propose that way? I said that would have been good. I am quite sure I would have been much more richer if I go by that proposal. But the problem is none of us are financial experts. So I know even after you get the gain, your finance might show that no, this gain is not for this particular initiative, it's for a different one. So actually we are having a negative gain. So then I am at a loss. So you give me a fixed amount, rest of the amount, whatever gains you get, is yours. So he said, okay, let's go for 1 year. And after 1 year, I asked their people to present what has been done in 1 year. And he kept all the 4 unit heads on VC when this program was going on in Hyderabad. And then at the end of the program, he asked all the 4 unit heads that what do you think about this intervention by Indian Statistical Institute. Then one of the unit heads said that I have seen a big culture. So first thing is reliable data gathering. That is a must if we really want to go to the next level. Implement the basic ISO 9000 QMS, then the profit will go up by 20 to 30%. Now, in fact, data analytics, many of you know that it started somewhere around 1998. Data analysis we have been doing in statistics for a long time. But data analytics is a different terminology. And that started in 1998. In fact, 1998, that day I was in Chennai. I got a call from US. And they said, we have a problem, a very interesting problem. They said that we have launched a new product in one city. And I can give you the profile of the people in that city. And also the persons who had purchased our product. So this much information we already have, we can give it to you. What we want from you is, now we are going to launch the same product in a different city. Okay? And I will give you the profile of the people of that city. So you have to tell me, because this was the first city we have spent a lot of money in marketing, but I don't want to spend that much now. Now you have to tell me who should be the target group based on the experience of first city. Can you find it out? Okay, that's a standard problem in many business. Okay. So we said, okay. Then he asked me what kind of methodology you are going to use. I said that we are not bothered about the methodology. If you are given us the problem, we'll try to solve it to the extent possible in an optimum way. So earlier we used to use only statistics. Okay, but then by that time, machine learning has come. Okay, and for this kind of problem, we have used statistics and machine learning together. We call it as a hybrid methodology. And that gave much better result. Much better compared to the statistical method, compared to the machine learning method. Together, they gave much bigger result. In fact, one of my PhD students had worked on this hybrid methodology. Okay, and that has become very popular. So that is what the data analytics came in 1998. Around that time, Six Sigma has come much earlier, 85, 80s onwards. And then if we implement this thing, this is in whatever area you are. Okay. Now, solution is finally can be given like this: reducing cost, increasing profit. Now, there are many software companies now. So, even if it's not engineering, software companies are there. In fact, right now, some of the ISRO scientists is waiting in Calcutta. So I said, tonight I'll go back, tomorrow I'll sit with them. So we are working with them for a software that is there in the third phase of the rocket when they launch the satellites. So that software, how reliable is that? Because nobody is going to see there what is happening. So sitting here, you have to tell whether it's reliable or not. Okay. So, yeah, ISI can help provided, now this is the basic thing, has the relevant QMS been implemented in the right spirit? If it is done, then we are sure you are going to get the benefits. But if there is a problem there, then first we have to implement the system in the right spirit. If yes, then the company is on the right path. ISI can then impart some training with hand-holding, that is more important, on basic statistical and managerial tools, Six Sigma, data analytics, etc. These are the things that are going on nowadays. Yeah, just some of the references. See, I have written a book on ISO 9000 long back, based on 2000 version. At that time, that was the relevant version. And entirely that whole book was based on my experience in the industries in and around Chennai. Okay. Then we have written a management tools for improvement, a very simple to read book. Then there's a statistical methods, because we have seen while talking about statistics to people who doesn't have statistics background is very difficult. Okay. So we thought that there should be some books available which everybody can read. And there is another handbook that we have published in 2021. That's the result of one of my PhD scholars' thesis. And it's that's the only unique book in that area. There is no other book in the world so far. And another book is going to come in next month. That is an edited version, edited by Professor Wang Pham of US. There we have contributed about 2 chapters which are very, very important statistical methods. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your very in-depth analysis and deliberation. May I request Mr. Sasi Kiran Lewis, our Deputy Regional Chairman, Southern Region, to give the vote of thanks.
Very good afternoon. ladies and gentlemen. We've had a very fruitful session this afternoon. A little extended one though, but a very informative one. I would like to propose a word of thanks this afternoon, or rather this evening. It has indeed been my honor to present the vote of thanks for today's session. I would like to express my gratitude and to our esteemed panelists, including Dr. Sujata Chaknolabis, who's unfortunately not here, who had to leave a little earlier. Dr. Avinash Kumar Srivastava, thank you, sir. Dr. Ashish Kumar Chakrabarti, and Dr. Anandavali. Thank you very much for finding the time from their busy schedules and sharing their valued thoughts and expertise with us. In the current times, technology upgradation is very important for a country to stay competitive and increase market access in the world. In today's similar seminar, we come to know about the newest technological advances in the industry and how our sector stands to benefit from these advances. I strongly feel that this has been a valuable learning for our fellow exporters, especially the MSME. I thank EEPC India for organizing this seminar. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
We will have a bit of felicitation to the speakers. May I request Mr. Luis to hand over to Madam. May I request Arunji to come up stage, please. May I request Mr. Engineer sir to come over and hand over to Dr. Srivastava, please. We declare this session closed. Thank you.